And for the Cagayan de Oro March, ayong hapon sa tanan. Ayong hapon, welcome to the 73rd regular session. Councilor Roger Abaday. Councilor Roger Abaday, do you want to address something? Ah? Okay. Just asking. Okay. So, may hapon, since to all our guests this afternoon and to those who are present this afternoon in our 73rd regular session, maayong hapon. So, Mr. Secretary, can you do the roll call and determine if we do have a quorum this afternoon?
Honorable Rener Joaquin Vioy, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the First District Councilors, Honorable Edna Dahino, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable Saldi O. Ocon, Honorable George is Goking, Honorable Ruben R. Daba, Honorable Lordan G. Swan, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo. For the Second District Councilors, Honorable Joylen Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Ayan Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Josette G. Magtaas Daba, Honorable Chodolfo E. Lau Jr., Honorable Enrico D. Salcedo, Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam Islim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael El Seno, City Ski Federation President. There is quorum, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. So we do have a quorum. So we may now proceed to our order of business of the day. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Arturo de San Miguel, Majority Floor Leader. Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya, maayong hapon kanimo Majority Floor.
Maayong hapon, Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Rener Joaquin Velez Kikang Uy, and to our colleagues in the Council, friends from the media, and the fellow Cagayanons, mayong hapon usap. I move, Mr. Chairman, to dispense with the reading of the minutes of meeting on January 18, 2021, and to consider the furnishing of its copy to the members, the reading itself.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader.
Second.
Seconded.
Boog.
Seconded. Is there any correction? Correction? Hearing none. Hearing none. It is hereby approved.
Likewise, move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
Likewise, for its finality. Any second? Seconded.
We have an appearance, Mr. Chairman. One is the proposed motion 2021-1 to hear and aid of legislation, Police Colonel Rizalino R. Borlagdatan, retired, City Government Department Head 2, Roads and Traffic Administration, on his plans and programs for traffic management in Cagayan de Oro City. And for this purpose, Mr. Chairman, we have invited Colonel Borlagdatan to appear before us. And this is the commitment that he would like to comply with the City Council of Cagayan de Oro, during which we have had our confirmation of his appointment, Mr. Chairman, in the previous month. So for this, Mr. Chairman, I move to suspend the rules to allow non-member to participate in this proceeding.
Okay. Any second? Seconded for the suspension. But before we proceed, we would like to congratulate in behalf of the 19th City Council for our confirmation as our new Roads and Traffic Administration head, Sir Colonel Rizalino R. Borlagdatan. Maayong hapon kanimo and congratulations, sir. So, our 19th parliamentary rules of procedure will be suspended.
And
Majority floor.
to my recollection, Mr. Chairman, he is the first confirmed department head, regular department head of RTA.
First,
Yes.
for all the
Because
department
in the
head,
previous, only OIC or acting in capacities of acting or OIC in RTA. So you
in
are the
RTA.
first
So the first
department head, regular.
department head, regular,
Mm.
confirmed.
So may we hear now the business of Colonel Borlagdatan before this August body.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank this body for the confirmation of my designation. Before I proceed to my maraming salamat po sa lahat. Okay. For my report, Honorable Rainier Joaquin Kikang Uy, Sir, honorable members of the 19th City Council, guests, and visitors present here this afternoon in this August Hall, good afternoon. I would like to thank you for your invitation and this opportunity to present the plans of the Roads and Traffic Administration for the short, medium, and long term. But before I do so, please allow me to introduce myself and share a little background on how I joined the organization. This will help you understand as to the direction of my activities last year, 2020, and plan further ahead in the years to come. I am Rizalino Roson Borlagdatan, a former police colonel assigned as a former officer in charge in Lanao del Norte Provincial Police Office, and then as Chief Logistic of the PNP Region 10 stationed at Camp Alagar. I retired from the service in June of 2019 and was already living a quiet life when I learned that I was considered by our Honorable City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to head the Roads and Traffic Administration. I am honored and privileged to have been considered and made it a mission to take up the challenge, began a more detailed observation of the traffic conditions of the city, and initially drafted activities on how to address them. A few days before my official appointment, I met with Mayor Moreno, who gave me his objectives of a stronger enforcement of traffic rules, stronger coordination with PNP, and the specific directive to reinvent RTA. As I came up on board on January 2 of 2020, I immediately embarked on the mission of enforcing our traffic laws as embodied in our city ordinance 10551-2007 in close coordination with the PNP through our city director, Police Colonel Henry Dampal, who is my underclass in the Philippine National Police Academy. I was also made aware of the Transportation Master Plan, an initiative of our city mayor through the Auto Trade and Investment Office since 2018, and the pending submission of the local public transport route plan as mandated by DOTR for 2020. Thus, I joined in several meetings with the body, both study teams, and attended various stakeholders meeting involved in the studies. But knowing that these are handled by very capable personnel of the RTA who are actively involved in both plans and studies, my priority then was the immediate need to implement the city traffic laws and regulations that will improve our traffic flow, that will strengthen the city's economy. However, from March until sometime in September of 2020, our activities needed to be aligned with city's response to COVID-19 pandemic through the implementation of social distancing in public utility vehicles and traffic assistance to our logistic team serving the TTMF and arriving LSI and ROFs. Number one, during this time, I took the chance to strengthen the organization, especially in the coordination between divisions of the department and their specific function as specified in the ordinance. Given the experience of 2020, I will now proceed with the present general plans and programs for the RTA, which aims to achieve the following short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals that are focused on the, number one, development of RTA as an organization. Number two, its external function, which is to improve our traffic flow and transport systems in general. Our immediate and short-term plan for the development of the organization are classified into the following. Number one, human resource management. Number two, learning and development. Number three, occupational safety and health. Number four, property management. Under human resource management, the following immediate plans are the establishment of an employee's handbook to set as a standard the standard basic procedures and principles for RTA personnel in terms of qualification of an employee, RTA structure, discipline, and others. Number two, we plan to regularize 160 casual employees of the Roads and Traffic Administration this year, as we have already completed the process of evaluation and endorsement to those who are qualified. We also thank the members of this honorable councilor, for the passing of the resolution on the matter. As a benefit, job order personnel will be provided with second set of redesigned uniforms on the condition that they themselves will shoulder the first set. Okay. Under the learning and development, the following are the programs we plan to conduct and hold. The second strategic planning for RTA executives in February 2021 for assessment of the department's performance for the previous year, 2020, and the necessary adjustment and requirements needed for the current year, 2021. We hope to readjust the schedule last week of November for 2021 in preparation for 2022. We also plan to have the second batch of our motorcycle riders training, as the first batch will be graduating on January 31, 2021. The first batch for the formal training for the bicycle patrol. The first field leadership and operations planning for the area supervisors. Repressor training course for various enforcement units. First basic customer service program. Under occupational safety and health, I would like to thank the members of this council for the approval of the budget of the RTA, since our plans to establish a clinic for 2021 will become a reality. We plan to hire a nurse and a guidance counselor temporarily as job order personnel to man our clinic and attend to our physical and mental wellness. This is already included in our 5-year plan for creation of positions and will be adjusted accordingly once approved. Number 3, we plan to continue this year and years to come to shoulder the insurance premium that will provide financial assistance for our personnel in cases of accident or similar incident. Last year, we received a free insurance for all personnel from the climbs. Actually, we requested the local government to give us the insurance, and it is approved. However, we stayed to the pre-insurance. That's why lahat ng mga RTA personnel natin ngayon, sir, is naka-insure, and we plan to continue this year. Number 4, we have personnel who are trained and have participated in national events of stick fighting on our knees. We will utilize their skill for the part of our physical fitness program, and at the same time, provide skill for self-defense. This will be the start of several fitness programs that we shall undertake. Under property management, number 1, we plan to improve the state of our equipment as well. Our plan is not only to acquire, but to implement a maintenance system and inventory of our vehicles and office equipment. Number 2, we will acquire a reliable branded vehicle to ferry our personnel where needed, such as in case of flooding, as emergency transport, and others. This is a program to slowly replace our fleet of surplus multi-cabs. We already were given the budget for 2020 for 1 unit and another for 2021. Number 3, we will acquire 10 more motorcycles to replace our aging ones that were acquired in 2010. This will bring our fleet to 35 units of patrol types of motorcycles. The older ones will be held in reserve for secondary duties. Number 4, we will provide our personnel with safety equipment on the road, such as raincoats, rain boots, reflectorized gloves, and others. Number 5, we have already acquired 250 portable radios and 3 base radios in 2020, but we plan to add another 200 more for better field coordination and faster response. Number 6, we plan to strengthen our motor pool section and have a structured maintenance monitoring system with a target uptime of 75% of all vehicles. Number 7, we are coordinating with the possible suppliers to supply us with body-worn cameras to protect our field personnel and to provide a fair recording of the apprehension in terms of contest. We have included in our budget this year provisions for the acquisition of firefighting equipment to protect our building records and equipment. That, honorable members of this council, is for the development of our organization. This is the start of the many. As for now, these are our immediate needs, plans, and goals. I will now proceed with the short-term plans for the improvement of our transport system through the 3 main areas, which are, number 1, improve efficiency and better consistency of enforcement activities. Number 2, improve systems of traffic signage. And number 3, improve public education and information programs. To improve our enforcement activities, we also strengthen the power of proper supervision of field personnel. All division chiefs are authorized to monitor the areas to ensure that our personnel are always available, visible, and ready to respond in their respective areas of responsibility. To improve our signage system, I have instructed our traffic engineering team to, number 1, start the installation of new signs and rehabilitate the old ones. Number 2, they are to monitor always the timing of our traffic lights based on the traffic count and adjust this accordingly. The resolution to have full control of the traffic lights has already been submitted to the city legal, but until then, we will continue to monitor and adjust the timing and its effects through the different intersections in the city. Number 3, I have also given them the task to review and explore the different traffic schemes in the city, such as the location and traffic signage required for our proposed relaunching of paid parking areas and for special events. Number 4, they are also to find measures to improve the traffic flow in unidentified bottleneck roads such as, but not limited to, the designation of loading and unloading areas. Number 5, they are also tasked in the implementation of the bicycle lanes and walking paths as mandated by the DILG Memorandum dated August 4, 2020 and Department Order 088. To improve our public information and engagement of stakeholders, I have created and organized the division specifically dealing with this task. This is called the Information, Education, Policy, Planning, and Division. They are tasked with conducting traffic education programs through various stakeholders. Number 2, or letter B, answering queries through our social media platforms. Actually, we have already platforms for the queries and problems for the Cagayan de Oro City people. Conducting information drives on traffic schemes and handle stakeholders' concerns such as complaints and traffic congestion. They are also tasked with developing policies and procedures for our enforcers on the field with the publishing of operations manual. For our medium-term goals, we hope to finish this year and submit to the Chief Executive the result of the Transportation Master Plan. This has incorporated all modes of transportation and will provide a transport system that is sustainable, and the plan to promote as one of its purpose the use of active transport, which is walking and biking. Hence, the need to reclaim the sidewalks and roads for this purpose has been emphasized time and again in our road clearing activities. We also hope to submit required correction of the local public transport route plan, which will then provide a network of public utility jeepneys that will be required to operate on the routes and continuously serve the public as long as they are needed. But then our modern PUJs will be safer and environmentally friendly. For our long-term plans, it is our plan to abide with the goals as stated in the TMP and LPTRP. But we also plan to put up a traffic park where the children can visit and learn about traffic rules while they are still young. We also plan to upgrade a state-of-the-art intelligence traffic system that can help not only manage our traffic lights, but at the same time collect traffic data such as road level of service, road crash incidents, and other similar information that will aid us in our traffic management. So there you have it. The honorable members of the City Council are the short, medium, and long-term plans of the Roads and Traffic Administration. Thank you and good afternoon.
Our Vice Mayor is listening to us through another medium. Anyway, maybe members of the council can ask queries.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Presiding Chair,
Presiding chair, but we can facilitate. I guess the first member who would like to ask question is Councilor Zaldi
Mr.
Ocon.
Chairman,
Councilor Zaldi Ocon.
thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. To our invited guests, Colonel Rizalino at Burlagdatan. Sir, mayong hapon.
May nga po, sir.
Okay, sir. My query is all about your personnel and the road traffic administration. Is there any security of tenure as far as your men is concerned?
For the security of tenure, sir, for those in regular, they have the security of tenure already. For the casual and the JO, for the casual, they are only have to serve 6 months, and then they will again sign a contract for another 6 months. And for the job order, they are in contract for 3 months only, sir.
Why I am asking this, Colonel, because we heard from the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Duterte, that he wanted to abolish the so-called contractualization. Kaya nga, pangutanan ako sa imo ni Sir. Meaning to say, after 6 months in service of RTE personnel, sir. So, tantamount, you have to sign another contract? That's what you mean?
Yes, sir. For the job order, sir, they need to be in contract for 3 months again, sir. And for the casual, they need to have a contract also for 6 months.
Okay, thank you, sir. Vice Mayor, another query to our guest. What about, sir, the system and recruitment of the members of the Road Traffic Administration? Would you enlighten the members of the City Council, especially our Vice Mayor, the presiding officer, kung ano-ano, sir, ang mga patakaran natin when it's come to the recruitment of new members of the RTE?
Sir, for the recruitment of our job order, the qualifications of the person who wanted to be in the RTA was already in the city ordinance, and it is in the city ordinance that I cannot memorize yung mga ibang requirements. Pero ang ano doon, sir, is indicated na siya doon. And for the casual, it's the same. For those, doon naman, sir, sa mga regular, sometimes they have to...
Okay. Excuse me, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify something. Since the question of Councilor Saldi Ocon is the abolishment of the job orders, so I will ask the whole body, each and every one of us, about this abolishment of the job order. Is this an final and an executory? How is it that, how come that even the national offices has a job order? So it's very unfair for us that we, the local government unit of Cagayan de Oro, will be implementing such as this, but the national government or agencies or other department of agencies, they didn't. So the question is the abolishment of the job orders. Is it executory now and final or not yet for for the final or directive order coming from the national office, or especially coming from the president itself. So we have to have a base grounds for our question, so that we have a direction to have a clear directive, and that we have to act upon accordingly. So you may now proceed, Councilor Saldi Ocon or Colonel, about this. I just want to remind or clarify that is it already for finality stage of this abolishment of the job orders.
For that, sir, I think I need to have more knowledge about it. However, maybe the reason behind we are still having some job orders is because of yung ating city ordinance is medyo maliit pa yung number ng personnel natin.
Yes,
That's why
that is why I am asking a question about this implementation, about this abolishment of job orders. It's because even the DILG itself have a job orders, especially for those 15,000 contact tracers that they have a contract for 6 months additional. So I think it is not executory itself. Nakaikuha na ni Sir sa job order. Bakit? Ang DILG na ay contract pa 15,000. Oh. So I think Councilor Saldi Ocon about this job order issue is not yet clear about the guidelines about this. No? Councilor Councilor Edgar Cabalas want to clarify about this.
Thank you very much, Palangga nga Vice Mayor. Ini nga the rationale why there are job orders is because in the budgeting we should not exceed a percentage of the entire budget for personal services. For example, we are allowed up to 55% of our for personal services. The rest, MOEE, and then development funds, and then projects. But 55% is allocated for personal services. Sweldo sa mga empleyado. But, luoy man kayo. Nakita yung mga tao nga may trabaho. So, mukha na nag-hire kita og GO, which is being gibuhat sa tanan ahensya sa gobyerno from the Supreme Court to
That is why
ngano man nga ginamay GO kay ang GO are not employees, are not real employees. They are not kunang wala kitay contract sa ila with the wala sila appointment as members of the Civil Service Commission. That is why in fact kung yung mga GO makapangawat sa kwarta sa gobyerno, wala labot ang ombudsman, anak. Eh di mo sila empleyado. Now, to accommodate sa mga tao nga makatrabaho sa itong gobyerno, we can still afford. But, malagi na may gikap man nila sa 55%. Sumuka na nag-hire kita og GO. Para nga, 55 na Turks? 45. 45, 55 din, nabali din yun. 45. So, para nga, maka-hire pa kita additional employees, matrabaho sa mga RTA, kanauban, ng limpis kadalanan, nakita yung GO. Kay bala, og exceed kita sa 45%, allowed ka po sa balaod, kay wala man sila makabutang sa plantilla of personnel. So, mo ka na ang rason, na ka na ilang ingnon nga mag-abolisyon ng GO. Imposible ka na may tabo. Puting dagana ka na di mo kalipili. Daggan ka na kayo sila. Daggan kayo na sila. Bisag asa. nga ahinsya sa gobyerno, DepEd, bingo kag DepEd, dada kag GO da. Bingo kag BIR na yung mga GO. Bisa kasa ka ng mga GO. So mo ka na nga, dili ginadot tingali na ma. Hinuon sa naik programa sa gobyerno karon kanang abolition sa contractual only employment, kanang sa private. Kanang sa private, para sa mga trabante sa uban nga mga kumpanya dinhi nga dili mga regular to do away with the minimum wage, the minimum kining requirements sa ihatag na o sa minimum benefits nga itong ihatag sa mga private employees. To avoid that, nakita yung mga contractual only nga labor. So mo ka na nga ang gusto sa atong gobyerno sa Department of Labor nga abolition ka na. Kay mao ka na ang rason nung dagan gapon pobre. Pero galisod gani gyapon. Dalisod gyapon. Del Monte, dagan gapon gyud mga. Munang lisod. Kaya kung imo siya ng abolisyon, dagan way trabaho. Salamat.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. So I think Councilor Saldi Ocon, it's clear for your question about the GO personnel of RTA in general for this GO question of yours. So you may now proceed.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer, for the backup.
Okay, thank you.
Colonel Burlagdatan, sir. Mayong hapon subli ini mo diha.
Ay, hapon.
Okay, sir. Wala ko laing pangutana. Kaya napoy dagan siguro mangutana. Ang sa akin lang, Colonel, isang reminders lang na tayong nasa gobyerno, we are always prompt to any criticism. Kung anumang mga criticism na matanggap siguro natin mula sa ating mga taxpayer. Kunting ano lang tayo po. Magpaubos na lang ta, Colonel. Ang importante na kay trabaho, kita tarungan lang yung trabaho. And the 19th Council, especially the presiding officer, we are always bow to support the road traffic administration under your command. Thank you very much, sir, and congratulations for your new appointment.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Saldi Ocon. You may now proceed. Okay, there is a question coming from Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. And
Kini karon question na ginaguni. Primero mo ni. Sa sige ng dagandagan nato dinhi sa kadalanan. Anto natiguang na nata sige ning traffic. Nakusa sa akong obserbahan na Colonel. Tapos ganyan, green light mo sa ba? You have adapted to the color of the uniform.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for doing that. At least you are identified with the group.
Yes, sir.
Ako na-obserbahan, Mr. Chairman, yung mga sakinan, nag-aayos sa ilang sakinan, just tungas dala. Bisa kasa, mag-ilis o ligid sa tungas dala. Mag-ilig, madaot na makina, abril mas tungas dala. Dili na lang kayo makapadaplin. Kaya ganahan kayo sila nga diyan magpatunga. Now, under the law of transportation, you are not allowed to drive your motor vehicle which is not roadworthy. Para sa nasa aeroplano, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice Mayor, na di mo ang ipalupad kung dili sa air safety or airworthy. Seaworthy sa mga barko. Ini sa ato, grabing abuso yun. Diha magayo, kasada. Now, kana nga butang, violation na gina. Pero kay ato tanong, normal lang bito, na tayo, okay lang, nalaot. That is not supposed to be. They are not supposed to drive their vehicle if it is not worthy to run on our street. Hindi na pwede. So they should be arrested or sabi na, nabatay balaw na tao. Ha? I think we will review that ordinance. Usa ka na sa nakapadaot din sa atong akid. Daghan dito kay na di lagi makapadaplin kay naa gisto nga. Ikaduha nga suggestion. May tatong sa study, I think 10 years ago, doon na study ang Nigawas. Which is good between mga overpasses o rotundas. Ilang nakita nga ang rotundas is man-friendly, pedestrian-friendly. Kaysa kining
Traffic lights.
Traffic. Yung
kaysa inana murag steel city ka mahimo kang murag kag a city of steel. Dili nawala ang human relationship. Pero kung rotunda ka na kung gitawag nga ma-establishar gyapon ng ang gitawag nila human relationship, man-friendly, pedestrian-friendly. Na doon ay mga dala na to din mga crossing. Pwede ba na ninyo matagag study kay na magibod sa dalan inyo maginatrabaho tingali? Pwede ba na ninyo matagaan og suggestion nga magrotunda kita at the same time underground ang atong dili mang inana dito na din sa kuan na ay mga tindahan dito underpass na kapihan maka surya na isnakan mura na og doon na ba nalang po interaction among people among pedestrian dili para sa nang sa taas nga tabo lang. So mo kana sa gadako ko itong syudad Mr. Vice Mayor. And I think we should have a comprehensive study on that. Paninitan gabuhatag tulay. So unsa atong himuna na nga kining applicable kana nga theory nga dili mahimo nga kita ang syudad it should be a city of steel. It should be a city of man. Maduol kita sa ang mga tao na lang po interaction. And we should have a traffic system that should observe that. Dili kita nga pulos na lang ato mga simento, how ang atong magkakita. There should be more on an interaction among people. Magtagbos dalan, muhunong mga magbir. Ano bitaw? Katulo, muna akong ikuha sa disto nga doon there should be a study on that. Kay traffic, moderno na mo karon yun pwede nga magkwanta to we should mag-backward ang atong thinking. Ang ikatulo, ang akong katulong nga suggestion, Mr. Chairman, di lang ni manaway kay murang gapon. Ang bicycle lane. There should be a recommendation from the RTA and study and recommendation from the RTA that future roads, city roads of Cagayan de Oro should have a portion for bicycles. Na yun, kung doon na kita yung mga future ng mga construction sa dalan, na kayo'y bisag 2 metros lang nga lane for bicycle o sa mga runners. Kana mga mahilig sa jogging kay naman kana mga lawas na itong mga kauban. Para na nga. So that is my suggestion, and that should come from the RTA. Na suggestion. We will support that. Nga recommendation ninyo nga. Nito karon nagbuhat tagdalan, abri tagdalan di sa kon. Wala lang gyapon. So I hope that that will be taken up in the further preparation of the plans and programs of the RTA. Nga suggest sila nga ang City Council mo pasar og ordinansa nga from now on all city streets that will be constructed by the city should reserve a bicycle lane and or para ka mas mga joggers dito sa mga European countries, Mr. Chairman, na naagi na permi. Naagi na permi. That's why they're very healthy. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. So, there must be a recommendation that we have to have a proposal for a said project that will be close to its nature and a healthy conscious individual. Bicycle lane and so as a runner lane. What an envelope idea coming from Councilor Edgar Cabalas. I think it is already noted by Colonel Bulagatan. Okay. Councilor Enrico Salcedo and then afterwards Councilor Ruben Dava. So a reaction or a question. Sir, for
Daghang salamat, Mr. Chairman. Mayong
future
hapon.
plans about the RTA. May hapon.
Mayong hapon sa tanan. Alam ko'y query sa atong... Pero before ko sa ako mga pangutano query, Mr. Chairman, ako sa i-congratulate si Colonel Bulagdatan sa atong bag-o nga natudlo nga RTA head. Alam ko'y pangutano, Mr. Chairman, kang Colonel, kung before siya na-appoint sa RTA head, pila ka kanusa ka nagsugod as OIC?
Thank you, sir. Actually, I started my work at RTA last January 2 last year
January 2.
as OIC, sir, or
During sa imong pag-OIC, unsay nahimo nimo? Naghimo ba ka, nag-drop na ba ka o plans and program sa RTA? Kano sa man to katong imong gi-present? Kano sa to na nahimo? Panahon ra ba nga regular or kuan ka na, department head ka na, natudlo ka na?
Actually, sir, thank you, sir. Actually, before I started my services or started as dito yung public servant sa RTA. Actually, may plano na ako, sir, and it was written in our strategic plan during the time of our training, and we have a lot of plans na nabanggit ko doon, especially number one, pag-abot na ako dito sa RTA, there are organizational dysfunction, meaning all the divisions are not working sa kuan, yung wala silang coordination, they are working parang medyo hiwa-hiwalay. So when I arrived at the nag-meeting kami, pinag-ano ko sila, yung coordination nila dapat when somebody like for example, yung traffic engineering, they are installing traffic signages. However, the traffic enforcement has no knowledge where
Traffic enforcer.
yes, sir. We have as of now we have 3 divisions. Traffic engineering,
Ano pa ni pang mga
Uy,
4?
our admin, our traffic enforcement. Number 3 is the traffic engineering, and the last is the traffic information, education, policy, and plans division. Noon, kaya sinabi ko na I need to act on the organizational dysfunction kasi parang hindi nagkakasundo yung kanilang mga projects. Halimbawa nga, sir, for example, yung traffic engineering naglagay ng traffic signages. However, they did not inform yung traffic enforcement so that they can enforce kung ano yung mga nakalagay sa traffic signages. Ganun lang, example, sir. Example lang.
Na-inherit mo na siya sa previous nga nagawid anang RTA. Kisay nasundan nimo?
Si Attorney Egay, oy.
Uh,
If not, kung wala ko masayop.
I have no kwan. Pero ang kay overseer man sir ang naano ko si Colonel Monsanto sir ang overseer na
Okay,
ano.
Monsanto.
Hindi rin kami nakapag-usap.
Kinsa in
masyado.
charge, Colonel, sa traffic di alabi na sa dalan?
Ang traffic enforcer.
Traffic kinsa in
Enforcement.
charge, enforcement. Okay, or ang enforcer.
Traffic Enforcement Division.
Ang traffic enforcer kinsa head dia?
As of now, we have an OIC, si Dennis Naibi, sir.
Naibi.
Yes, sir.
Wala ba mo matikod, sir, nga grabe na kayong traffic sa Cagayan de Oro karon?
Actually, nakamatikod, sir. That's why we are doing some projects na para ma-ease man lang yung congestion.
Identify ba ninyo ang mga street ng mga traffic yun?
Yes, sir. And actually, every streets as instructed as of now, pinaano ko, sir, kung aling street ang may congestion, ano yung mga problems, why nagko-congest, and who are the people in charge, and then the time na nagko-congest before mag-build up.
Okay. Sa inyong observation or sa inyong action nga gihimo, nabay nasulbad ba or nabay solusyon? Si gamay na lang?
As of now, sir, yung mga observation ko last year, ngayon ko palang i-implement dahil yung mga tao before is hindi sila nabigyan ng tamang direction. So as of this time, included sa plans and program ko, which I failed to mention a while ago, yung mga unit na I need to create. That's why medyo nalampasan ko kasi kanina, sir. Like yung ating rescue or the road accident immediate response and emergency response. The radar, yun yan, sir, unang mag-re-respond once na nagkaroon ng accident. Kasi pag nagkaroon, sir, ng accident, hindi alam ng sumusunod na sasakyan kung may accident or wala. That's why kailangan sila mag-response for them to direct the traffic na umalis sila doon sa area na yon para hindi sila di na mag-start yung congestion.
Ako mag-observation, sir. Once ka na ay mga tawag na mga traffic incident or mga bangga or sabana dia, walay dili diretso makuha mo nang giingon kaning observation mo nang din magsugot ang traffic.
Yes, sir.
Pero ako observation sa pila ka buk 150 ang casual, di ba? 160 ang casual,
Yes, sir.
250 ang JOs.
Yes, sir.
Kanang 250 o 160 naka-dispatch ba na tanan sa dalan?
Actually, the JOs, the casual and the regular are required only to work 8 hours.
Okay.
So we are dividing that number into first shift, second shift, and one off duty. That's why yung 260 na yon, sir, hindi agad ma-dispatch sa time na yon. Ibig sabihin, maghahati muna sila ng sa 3 shifts. So yung it will be divided into 3. And it will be divided in 3 sectors na gidivide namo na from sector 1, which is the western part, the sector 2, which is the CBD, and the sector 3, which is the eastern part and the southern part ng Diyan divided, sir, yung 260 na yon. And ganun din, first shift, second shift, and my off duty. Kasi sila naman yung susunod na mag-duty the following day. Kaya, sir, medyo maliit pa yung 260 actually.
Wala mo yung recommendation kay may gamay ra. Wala mo yung recommendation kang mayor nga dungagan para si mayor maka-recommend dinhi sa amo sa city council?
Actually, nung pag-upo ko, sir, pinag-aralan ko on how I will request for additional personnel. Kasi hindi naman ako pwede agad na mag-request ng personnel na hindi ko alam kung saan ilalagay and how will I deploy them. So, sir, pinag-aralan ko lahat kung bakit ganun lang kakaunti palagi ang tao. Yung pala is meron talagang almost 75% hindi pa kagad sila nagtatrabaho. Ang nagtatrabaho lang is 25%.
Analang ko yung observation, Colonel. Unsay standard operating procedure kung magbutang mo o magputap mo og checkpoint. Kay akong observation magod, Colonel, nga murag overkill kay ba daghan na kayo ang personnel. Ang akong observation, sir, minus sa asa kung asa tong traffic nato diri, gamay ra kayo ang tao, ang personnel nato sa RTA. Pero kung dito gani sa Dakop, halos isa ka batalyon.
I will answer that, sir. Actually, ang personnel natin during the
Unsay SOP anang magputap og kuan, pila ka personnel ang kaibutang gid diha? Nabay SOP or standard operating procedure anang
sir, actually, ang mga nakalagay lang dyan, sir, is yung ating mga mobile. Like yung motorcycle unit natin, yung nasa, yung mobile patrol. Yan lang, sir. At saka yung
sa mobile patrol, pila ka RTA diha?
most na nagjo-duty, sir, is 4.
4.
Yes.
Ang motorcycle, pila ka buk?
Almost, ang duty, sir, 4 din.
4,
Mga ganyan.
8.
Yes, sir.
Aside ana, wala na.
Meron yung stationary, sir, sa
Pila ka buk stationary?
almost mga 5 or less than 5.
Butang ta 5.
Yes, sir.
8 plus 6 is 13. Iya pa kayo na Colonel kinang nag checkpoint da, di ba? Isa ka batalyon na da.
Yes, actually, your observation, sir, is true. But, however, hindi lahat yun personnel namin, sir. Actually, we are operating.
Ako lang suggestion, Colonel, i-dispatch ang imong personnel kung asa tong heavy traffic. Kay ako observation, kadagan ako kapanawag sa RTA. Tinod na, kadagan ko nanawag sa RTA, pag magian kayo nako traffic, kapanawag ko, asa ang inyong personnel diri? Witness si Engineer Oclarita na, kapila ko, maski gani si Doy, kapanawag ko.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Actually, iyan na isa sa mga organizational dysfunction namin na binibigyan natin ng
Kay sa
answer.
inyong plus ang program gani Engineer Colonel, wala ko'y nakita nga sa inyong plano desdalan. Ang inyong ako nakita kato lang local transport. Sa to LTPRP re ako nakita, pero sa mga route sa mga sakyanan diri. For example, sa Metro Manila, di ba, na sila'y color coding. Unsa bay inyong i-recommend ani diri para masulbad nato kung nabay rerouting ba nato or napabtay i-one way nato, at least makita nato ang plano sa RTA, Mr. Chairman, na at least ngita mo pamaagi kung unsay solution sa atong traffic, at least masuportaran nato diri sa City Council. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Enrico Salcedo. Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
Colonel Bulagatan wants to answer that
Thank you, sir.
query.
Actually, as of this period, we have already made the plans for that, sir. And for information, I also omit to say kanina regarding the plan to activate and mobilize different traffic enforcement units. Like number 1, as I mentioned a while ago, nasabi ko yung roads and sidewalk clearing unit or the rescue for the clearing of obstruction as mandated under 175 to 181 of the City Ordinance 10551. Sila yun, sir, pag may mga accident, sila unang mag-responde. And then the designation of several motorcycle unit as coastal highway and obstruction motorcycle patrol or the CHOMPs to clear out long stretch of highways against obstruction to improve our traffic flow. And then the designation of several motorcycle units as accident immediate POTS and emergency response or the radar. And we are also planning to have a bicycle enforcement and events patrol. Actually, nag-start na sir, nandiyan sa picture natin, na-start na sir natin. Inactivate na natin para sila yung makakatulong na makapag-responde immediately. Aside from those who are stationary, sila yung tutulong kung saan merong nagbi-build up na yung ating congestion. Yan yung mga plans natin ngayon. And then the clamping team. Actually, we already had the clamping team na isa yan sa medyo nakakadagdag na medyo yung ating yung illegal parkers o yung mga violators natin medyo nagdadalawang isip na before they start the parking na gusto nila kahit saan. Kasi baka maklamping sila anytime and makakabayad sila. And then for the additional answer sir doon sa I already made a plan for the traffic enforcement na before all the station or yung stationary, they should identify where are the concerned traffic area sa kanila. And then we will identify the strategy na gagawin natin para ma-ease yung traffic. And nag-start na yan, sir, ngayon. And then their performance will be gauged from there sa ginagawa nating program ngayon, sir, sa traffic enforcement. And then we are also, for the traffic engineering, we also requested yung paglalagay ng traffic signages sa mga loading and unloading areas, the specific areas where the jeepneys and other motorists or the public utility na mag-load and unload. Kasi kung lahat sa unloading area, iisa lang yung kanilang area, there's a possibility na magpatong-patong, which is nangyayari ngayon. Hindi specified kung saan sila magpapark or mag-load and unload. Ngayon, kasama yan sa plano natin, sir, na meron silang specific loading area for what barangay or what area sila ang destination. Kasi kung hindi natin specified yung area na destination nila, there's a possibility na lahat ng sasakyan paparada riyan, tapos yung lahat ng mga pasahero dyan din maghihintay. So, yan ang cause ng traffic. Nagpapatong-patong yung sasakyan dahil nandun lahat yung mga sasakay. Pero kung identify nila kung saan sila sasakay, so pupunta doon yung pasahero, ang pupunta lang doon na sasakyan is yung may biyahe lang kung saan ang destination nila. So, meaning, hindi maghihintay ang pasahero kung saan hindi sila makakasakay. Ganon sir, isa natin sa mga programs ngayon sa loading and unloading to decongest yung mga nangyayari sa ating areas.
Okay. So, before we proceed,
Chairman.
can you flash it back, the slideshow presented by Colonel Borlagdatan? What do you call this one? The other
Rescue.
one. Siya tawagan natin.
Roads and Sidewalk Clearing Unit.
Tuk-tuk? Itong tuk-tuk ba?
Yung
Ito na yung tuk-tuk kanina.
mga bao-bao, sir.
Oh, bao-bao ba na?
Yes, sir.
Oo. You are using that one, no? As I observed.
Yes, sir.
So, how is it that since you are the implementer and we are the one enforcing for the road safety, is it already allowed to use that in our roads or in our national highways?
Actually,
About the issue about this one?
Mr. Chair, actually, we are not using that TRICAB in the national highway. Dito lang sila, sir, sa CBD. Sila yung clamper natin, sir. Sila yung may mga laman na clamping materials.
Okay.
Dito lang sila, sir. And
Okay.
I direct them to specifically do not cross or use the highway. Meron tayong isa pang clamping truck, sir. Yung isa, sir, clamping truck yan, sir, nandyan yung para sa mga malalaking sasakyan, sir, na clamping ano na.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. I just want to clarify about the issue about this one. Since there are a lot of
Isang yung
complaining and proposing
kapagsasampa, sir,
for
yung
for
tango
a
yung
passenger
hila lang talaga.
about this bao-bao. So okay. So okay, Councilor Robenda
Mr.
ba
Chairman.
afterwards?
Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Councilor Robenda ba, you may now proceed.
I would like to congratulate Colonel Burlagdata. No? For the first time, Mr. Chair, medyo nahayag-hayag na gyud ang RTA kay medyo murag na nagi sila plan. So I hope nga it will be a 5-year plan kay mo gina ang sige gid namo gihangyo no sa I also have parehas sentiments ni Councilor Eric. Ang isa lang unta Colonel Burlagdata na kana bitong magical button kay ang una-una gid sa driver kung ila gani nang mo-press ang magical button which is kanang hazard muhunong din sila sa tunga kay magkikstorya mag naay paliton ka jud sa I hope itampo na sa inyong educational goal no nga dili gid kana magical button nga kung mag-hazard ka tulo upat na mo diha ga-hazard sa tunga sa dalan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Robenda ba.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Before Colonel Burlagatan, I want to hear Councilor Edna Dahino.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Ngayong hapon.
Maayong hapon sa atong kauban, mga city councilors, and of course our guest for today, retired Colonel Burlagdatan. Congratulations to you. Ang query lang nako, Mr. Chairman, is I would like to ask Colonel if he was able to connect his plans and programs from that old plans 5 or 10 years ago. The last OIC, man siguro, Attorney Uy, was able to present to us in the City Council the 5-year or 10-year plan, transportation master plan. So I would like to ask kung iya bang na-connect ang iyang mga plano because dili man siguro maayo nga sige lang ta magsugod. So Colonel, would you answer this first question? Kanang naka-connect ba? Were you able to identify the best practices na ila sang nahimo the past leadership nila sa there are 2 OICs I think na ni nahimong OIC before you. Kana siya na-connect ba? And number 2, ang problema because dili nato maklaro unsay atong imong strategies if we are not very kanang clear sa atong mind what is really the problem in our city. So unsa nga paagi nganong gaklagmang gyud ang kanang mga sakyanan. So in fact ako maobserbahan Colonel kanang the most important gyud nga ako yung i-request sa imo kining agianan gyud sa atong mga emergency kanang mga ambulance nga kung na mga emergency nag-double parking kanang Tiano Road diha going to the hospital. So it's very dangerous nga kinabuhi ang giapas unya dayon mag-break pa ka diha kay nag double parking na hinay pa kaayo ang dagan sa motorela din dapita. So I think that is a very crucial nga atong i-addressan kana siya nga problema. Not only in that particular dalan but also all the kanang hospital nga mga zone nga mga dalan nga kinanglan gid nga isa ra ka area ang maparkingan. Kay again kung emergency every second counts. So kinanglan gyud nga walay mag-ali diha kay simba ko mawad-an og kinabuhi ang atong gaapason nga mabuhi. That's number 2. Number 3, Mr. Chairman, again, I would like to really challenge our new appointed roads and traffic administrator. Nga within 100 days, can we really identify or know, ma-feel na mo in your leadership and management, how you can see the Cagayan de Oro in its kanang administration sa traffic. Can we feel with your presence, with your leadership, mabatian na sa mga tao nga indeed you are there nga nag-run sa organization to make it kanang katong giingon nimo nga i-reinvent nimo ang organization for it para ma-functional kay na dysfunction man kana siya. So talking about functional, so everybody is moving towards in one direction, na ay coordination, na ay collaboration. So with this 100 days, can you picture out o unsay naong sa Cagayan de Oro with your leadership? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edna Dahino. So, okay. Colonel Borlagatan, you want to
Thank you very much, ma'am.
answer?
Thank you for the question. For the first question, ma'am, actually, for your information, we have already submitted yung for issuance of city ordinance na unta. Actually, na-work na siguro, on the process na siguro, we have already submitted it to the City Council, yung one-way parking, and the parking is just a privileged parking and they will pay for the parking kasi masyadong ngayon ang city streets natin, almost lahat ng streets natin magkabila nakapark, may parking. Even the one way, dalawa nakapark. So doon sa binigay namin na for issuance of city ordinance, only one part of the road is parking area, and that's a privileged parking na magbabayad yung mga tao. Actually, this is just yung parang inuulit lang kasi tapos na noon, kaya lang hindi lang na-implement ngayon. Medyo dinagdagan lang namin, that's why medyo pinag-aaralan pa ng concerned sa City Council. And then actually yung sinasabi niyo, sir, ma'am, na dito sa Tiano, actually totoo yan. Malaki yung street, however, magkabila ang parking. And with that, we also recommend for the one side lang para magamit yung malaking road. And then once approved, sir, ma'am, yung aming request for the city ordinance, siguro doon na namin may start yung aming pag-implement. And siguro mapapansin nyo na medyo nagluwag. Kasi talagang sa panahon ngayon, maraming violator. And if you will observe, malaki yung kinita ng traffic RTA last year, as compared to 2019. Nakaabot ng 26 million just for the violators. Siguro yung previous years is mga 19 million, pero ngayon is naging 26 million when we enforce the law of the city ordinance. Ganun karami yung violator dito. Even yung no license, lahat na mga violators siguro nandito, kaya sumisikip ang parang lahat ang mga tao ng mga violators is feeling privileged na pwede silang mag-park, mag-flashing lang yung sinasabi ni sir, yung mag-flashing. And that talagang tinitikitan din namin, even yung mga nagpa-flashing. And then for the request of Ma'am Dahino regarding sa 90 days na namin, ayan, if you can see, ito yung mga namin, mga naibigay na traffic citation, nandyan sa natin. For 2019, 28,774. Pero noong 2020, medyo tumaas siya. Nag-double. And then kumita na yung 24.1 million ang total amount collected as compared to 2019. That is the result of our implementation of the traffic law. Talagang in-enforce namin yung traffic law. So that's why lumaki yung ang ating collections. So yun yung And then for the second question ni Ma'am Dahino na kung mapipil na ng mga tao at medyo kakaiba na within 100 days, I'm hoping na mabigyan natin ma'am ng ganon na expectation ninyo. We will do our best. Hindi ko magpa-promise pero gagawin ko na.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I would like to kanang
Okay. You
Mr.
want
Chairman,
to
all right.
follow-up question? You have
Follow-up question, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Colonel, sir, do you think ang yung pagsabi mo na magbayad, yung letting people pay sa ilang violation would solve the problem? Because
Actually,
I don't think so nga kung
I-
because you are saying that lumaki ang collection. So what is our goal here is not to padako sa collection sa violation but to really solve the problem. So do you think that doing such action can really solve the problem? Making a double parking or what? Is it,
Actually,
Mr.
no
Chairman?
ma'am. No ma'am. Wait.
Well, that is why we would like to really I would like to be clarified on what particular action that you must know because you said nga magpa-approve ka pa. So if that is the kind of action that you have to act, then balugay pa. So we cannot feel the 100 days nga unsay improvement as to the traffic condition of our city, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edna
Thank you.
Dahino. Okay, Colonel Burlagatan.
Actually,
Okay.
you are right ma'am na hindi basta ma-solve yun sa mga inimpose na yung mga collection natin hindi ma-solve. We need to educate. We need to educate the motorists, the public, and how to use the road. Yun ang pinaka-main purpose natin dyan. Hindi po ma'am ang main purpose natin is mataas ang collection.
No.
I'd rather see na maliit ang collection natin sa traffic violation kaysa malaki kasi ibig sabihin nun talagang yung mga violator hindi na educate. However, with the nag-organize po tayo ng isang division. That is the information, education, plans, and policy making division. Yun po ang isa sa sagot dyan. We need to educate the people through all the means ng media. Quad media ang tawag doon, internet, radio, television. We are starting that, educating the people. And if you just hear a while ago, actually yung mga matatandang tao, mga yung matatandang motorist, hindi na po natin basta-basta sila ma-disiplina. That's why nagkaroon po tayo ng project na traffic park so that we can educate our people from the child pa sila. That's why isa yon sa purpose natin. We need to educate the children on how to use the road and their safety. Yun lang sir ang ano ko.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Colonel.
Okay.
But we are open about the proposal of yours for the one that you mentioned a while ago for the double parking and so as to the pay parking area. So just submit to us or submit to the city council about the pilot area. Maybe as I recommend, maybe it's better for our pilot area for the pay parking within the vicinity first for the city hall. So then we will move along and along afterwards. So that lessen the one that who are riding a private vehicle. Maybe they will be encouraged to ride for a common carrier. So maybe for the future purposes. It's because the other cities, big cities, such as Metro Manila, Cebu City, Davao City, I think they are implementing for the pay parking. Oh, they already, but they have just expanded their area for the pay parking, and every year around. wants to, okay, Councilor John Michael Seno. Well, I have to call it by Councilor Roger Abad. I have to call it by age. So there is a distinction about that. Oh.
Ngayong hapon, our presiding officer, Vice Mayor Renier Joaquin Kikang Velez Uy, Majority Floor Leader, members of the 19th City Council. First of all, I would like to congratulate, of course, retired Colonel Rosalino Burlagdatan for his appointment as a permanent na RTA officer nato diha. And
The first.
the first. Okay, the first RTA nga naghead. Nga dili lang OIC, kun dili permanent na gyud. So una, query lang ko ani Colonel regarding bitaw aning COWD man siguro na nga mukalot diya sa tunga-tunga sa dalan nga usahay gakaabtan og tagduha tagtulo ka bulan muna nga usahay gakos og traffic congestion kay syempre bag-o lang na nimo gikalutan diha unya wala pa gyud nakaman nga RTA bisan tuod gwapo kayo ang traffic flow sa other streets kung makaliko ana nga area medyo musangit gyud siya na usahay ilang gatargiton tunga-tunga ra ba gyud sa dalan ang gaka punteriya. Basin ato na nga matan-aw Colonel unsa bay atong pamaagi ana kinahanglan ba na sila mulukat og permit sa RTA kay ako nasabtan no kay based lugar sa previous discussions usahay daw ang COWD dili nagalukat og permit diretso na lang sila og kalot nya usahay tagdugay kayo nga mahuman ang mao lugar nga project or mao nga pagsulbad sa problema. O ikaduha nako Colonel, regarding ani bitawng sa loading and unloading, kabantayan man gyud nato usahay nga naamay atong mga drivers nga ga-follow sa rules. No? Nga dili unta mo pick up sa pasahero pero unsaon man nimo nga ang pasahero mismo nagsakay naman diretso sa imong sakyanan. Mag-recommend ba mo, Colonel, sa base lugar sa ang mga other cities nga dili lang ang driver tikitan, kun dili apil na tong nagsakay sa mga unload kaning dili dapat mo sakayanan nga areas nga apil sila tikitan kay dili man mamahimo pud sa driver nga nagsakay siya sa driver nga muhunong na lang siya dias tunga-tunga sa dalan kay ayang pasahero nagkulumbabit naman sa likod. So basin matan-aw po na ninyo Colonel og mabisitahan nato para nga matuki diha sa maong nga komitiba. So kana lang duha nga akong pangutana Mr. Chairman. Salamat kayo og maayong hapon.
Okay, thank you, Councilor John Michael Sena. I think it is heard clearly by Colonel Burlagdatan. Are you wearing a high heel or? Okay, you have an injury. I just want to clarify. So you already have a penalty. I think so. Yeah, there is a penalty about the special attire. Anyway, okay, I think it heard already by Councilor Colonel Burlagdatan. I want to answer about that. You want to address it clearly? Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Actually, the initial plan now, as I said a while ago, is to specifically place in the loading and unloading kung saan yung pupuntahan ng isang sasakyan. Yung sinabi ko kanina. So that all the passengers going to that area will proceed to that unloading area, loading and unloading area. And then, kasi kung nandito yung papunta sa south, papunta sa west, yung isa dito sa east, ang pasahero naman siguro hindi maghihintay dito sa west. So, they will proceed to the east loading and unloading area. And then, at the same thing, yung sasakyan na papunta sa east, doon lang sila mag-park. Yun ang project natin para hindi sila nagpatong-patong. So, lahat ng going west, isang area lang ang loading and unloading, and going east is isa lang. Para ang mga pasahero, pwede naming ituro na doon lang siya sa area na yung maghintay. yung mga violators ng mga drivers, that will be addressed pagka meron na tayong ginawa na. Ini-start na namin yan, sir, sa Cogon. Actually, medyo naayos natin yung Cogon. Pagkadating ko agad, yan ang unang-unang naging project natin na before talagang hindi gumagalaw ang traffic dyan because lahat ng tao kahit saan tumatawid. So every time na mag-move ang vehicle, palagi siyang huminto dahil may iniingatan siya mga tao na tumatawid. And now, we have designated our pedestrian, doon lang sila pwedeng tumawid. So pag andar ng sasakyan, doon na siya titigil sa other pedestrian lane before kaya medyo mahaba-haba na ang natatakbo. That was the first na medyo na-clear and bumilis ang traffic sa Cogon. And the same unloading and unloading area will be our project there para ma-start na yung suggestion nyo, sir. Actually, tapos na and they are still in the process of doing or printing the signage for us to implement. Yun lang ang natin, sir, dyan. Umpisa, yung Cogon. Dahil lahat ng, as I observed, sir, lahat ng mga biyahe, east, west, south, and west, talagang pumupunta sa Cogon. So, yan ang inuuna natin, sir, para ma-address yung traffic. And the Cogon maybe is the heart of the city kasi dyan lahat nagpupunta yung mga sasakyan. So, that's why we need to address all the problems muna dyan sa Cogon. And then we will expand palabas na, sir. Yun ang project natin. Yung COWD, sir, actually, they need to get a permit. And before they get a permit, nandun na yung mga instructions natin na gagawin nila before they start digging. Nandun na, meron tayong proseso niyan, sir. Meron sila. Pero ang sad part lang is after the digging. Medyo...
Colonel, do they have the penalty if they don't comply for the target date that they excavate or the said excavation?
Mr. Chairman, as of now, wala pa yata, sir.
Okay. That's why they...
Thank you very much, Mr.
That could
Chair.
be an aid for legislation.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Okay. There is no wants to address. Okay. So, Councilor Roger Abaday. And then, this time around, it'll be a seniority.
Beauty first for AIDS. Thank you very much, presiding officers, my colleagues, and all our audience today. Good afternoon. Congratulations to Colonel Bulagdatan, and welcome to this complex and gargantuan position. Because traffic management is not easy. It's an headache, Mr. Chairman and my colleagues. Okay, I'm happy to hear your plan. Uban diyan, nabasa ko nga sa TV ni Councilor Salcido. Nag-ingon pa si Zorro, there is no perfect plan, only intention. So thank you for, if the plan is not sold out, if not sold.
TV coming from Councilor Salcedo, so coming from you, Councilor Roger Abaday, there could be a perfect plan.
So, ang plano, kundi ni mo ibaligya, na is not effective. Good for selling the plan to us now, so that we can have our also recommendations. I'm happy to hear that one of your short-term priority in your plan is to improve traffic flow. Kaniya, I thought I was already late because almost 45 minutes from Kaswagan to City Hall. Why? There is no more time. All the time is traffic congestion. That was asked already by some of our colleagues. So now, I'm also happy that one of your intention is to strengthen your human resource management. So you have your employees, almost 200, employees, especially in the law enforcement. Now, I think this should be implemented. It's not only a plan. Like, for example, you have your employees handbook. Now, as a police officer, you are aware that there is such thing as law enforcement code of ethics. Most of your men are in the field and apprehending. They should know the basic standard of code of ethics, especially in apprehension. The first contact of the law enforcement officer is to arrest. No?
Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday, can you address it directly, the question of yours?
Yes, I'm listening to him, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
okay.
Why? I know that you have good men, staff and personnel, no, but there are some who needs to be disciplined. Ang PNP karon ga-cleansing na sila kay there are bad eggs. Sa imong office is not also exempted. Gani, for the last year, daghan apprehension. Na-apprehension, di ba? Drugs, corruption and such. So you need to inculcate the minds of your personnel, the courtesy and discipline. Remember that we are public employees. Even us, we are subject to code of conduct of ethics. So number one yun ang kinaiya ang batasan sa usa ka law enforcer. So dili kita ang mga hawd, dili kita ang we are public servant. So ang humility sa usa ka public servant is very much important. Bisag unsa pa ka-high-tech ang imong plano, but ang mga kinaya sa imong mga personnel is not a very low standard, useless gyapon. It will affect the integrity of your department, Mr. Colonel. Okay, so that's it. No? Another thing, I have not heard in your plan. You know, there are 3 A's of traffic, di ba? But I have not heard. One of your plan is to improve and install these traffic lights and CCTVs. Computerization, you have no... Remember, Cagayan de Oro is becoming to be a metropolitan. Metropolitanization. Well, metropolitanization. We are expecting to have more people and more vehicles to come in our city. So how would you address that? You have been in Manila, Cebu, Davao, and other cities. They're really computerized. Now, you did not include in your plan. And what is your plan about our traffic system now? Nakita ko ganiya dito sa junction. Okay, papag-abot sa Lisio, wala na, nag-manual na. Manual operation, ang imong manual operation, alas surot, ihudton sa, ayang, dili balance. Dapat balance. So that's the problem. Ingon pa nga akong apo, 5 years old, Daddy, why is it that our traffic light is always blinking? Why? Imagine 5 years old can understand na. What's that? That is something to be, maulota. Bata mismo nakasabot. Look at our traffic lights. Now, are you not, did you not give so much importance about our traffic lights? So? Computerization. Now you need so much personnel. But if we have to computerize or we need this technology, you need not so much personnel. Just manage, right? So one way of example of successful management, you must be aided by technology. Now we are now in the cyber time, so technology plays important role. Oh, how many traffic accidents that has been covered by CCTV? None. Why? Because not functioning. So this will help you so much in traffic management, the computerization or the functional traffic lights and CCTVs, especially during urban area. It will help you. You need that personnel. You just call through the monitor. It's not in your plan. It's not in your plan, Colonel. No? So that's my suggestion. You also presented that you have collected millions, thousands of violators. That's not a good management. Because one indication that police administration or traffic administration is good, there is zero crime or zero violation. Anong daghan ng violators? So kulang ang inyong enforcement or engineering siguro. Education. So that must be addressed, Mr. Chairman, by the new traffic czar in order to have a good traffic condition in the city of Cagayan de Oro. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Roger Abaday. So, last two, then we will limit the. Okay, this will be. Okay. Councilor Suzette Magdahas Dama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I would like to thank Colonel Borlog Datan for his report this afternoon. Sir, actually, karon ang atong gakaatubang usually is kada na ay bangga, dugay kaayo moabot ang mga investigators. Munang maka-traffic sa mot, kay dili man pwede masibog ang mga sakyanan nga nagbangga, no? It would take not less than 1 hour ay pa sila mga bot ang atong investigator. So needed man sad siya for the police report, dili man pwede matandog ang mga sakyanan. Are we working together with Colonel Dampal on this nga kinahanglan ta magdugang og investigator kay dili mo na gina akong gipangutana nga unsay problema nganong dugay mga bot, kulang atong investigators, daghan bangga sa isa ka adlaw, taglagyo lain-lain na lugar, unya masamot ang traffic. Second, sir, wala ba tay request Cagayan de Oro City being a highly urbanized city, wala ba ta nakahuna-huna og purchase og breath analyzer kanang para sa kanang DUIs, driving under intoxication, kay kasagara bangga karon is caused tungod sa alcohol intake, no? And then ang atong mga hospitals wala man sad sila breath analyzer and it's needed man pod, no? So I hope ma-consider na sa office. And thirdly, based from the report ni Colonel kaganina, naatay around 160 na ihimuong regular for this year. I hope i-consider pod nato ang katong naa sa RTA office who've been serving for 20 or 30 years na up to now they are still JOs and casual, no? I hope i-consider pod ang length of service kay luoy pod na sila, kay wala ba sila benepisyo madawat, mag-retire na lang sila, hapit na sila mag senior citizen, still ang ilahang status sa City Hall for 20 to 30 years na nagserbisyo, kuan ra gihapon JO, no? I hope you will be fair enough kung kinsay himuong regular sa ato ang RTA office. Kay daghan kaayo luoy no nailhan nato na sa dugay na nga panahon 30 ka tuig na JO. Ang uban casual pero murag na demote kay gibalik na pud og JO. So I hope nga fair lang ta sa ato ang pag-treat sa ato ang mga employees, especially itong dugay na gyud nagserbisyo. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Suzette Magdahas Daba. Maybe so before we proceed, you must have to hear the question first, and then you will answer it directly. Just note them all in all, Colonel, so that we will be to fast track the. Since we don't have enough time, we don't have enough ample time to finish the order of business this afternoon. Okay, Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba, you want to ask something?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Salamat. Congratulations to our new RTA, Colonel Borlagdatan. Ako lang hangyo, Colonel, I give my trust and confidence in you na mahimo nimo ang imong trabaho. Ako lang hangyo, Colonel, kay wala mong good sa imuhang master mga plans. Hinibitang ensure lang and recognizing the need of our PWDs and elderlies. Labi na gid ang mga dalan kinahanglan friendly for our PWDs and senior citizens. Ug unta ang inyong mga staff na ay kanibitang tudluan sa nato nga i-assist, i-ensure gyud na i-assist ang mga PWDs o atong kini mga bata na mag-cross o kaning itong mga senior citizens. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba. And lastly, Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani. Okay.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. May hapon ka natong tanan. Actually, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Colonel Berlagdata for his appointment as our RTA head. I've noticed kaganina sa iyang presentation na nakafocus sa sa iyang mga plano was the physical fitness training. I would just like to comment na it's not only physical fitness training siguro ang kailangan nato. Sir, pati na sama sa gisulti ni Councilor Abaday na we need, I do not know unsay term ana sa inyo kanang mga disciplinary nga mga, I do not know how do you call that, basta kanang mga training nga kay naamanggoy uban RTAs for one na dili gyud kanang medyo arrogante. I mean, for that matter nga ang ako lang mao lang nang ako. So it's not that general, pero nagyo inanak nga medyo arrogante good, basta they thought na sila kuan na sila lugar power nga to apprehend or something. Anyway, that's one thing I would like to comment na madugangan lang ang inana nga training. Now, I've noticed kaganina pod na one of your tasks was to you're deputized as sa pag-apprehend sa atong mga issuance of OVR apprehension na non-wearing of face mask, sir. Am I right? Deputize ang RTA? Okay, kay I had noticed, especially, namagid ko sa vicinity sa Kugon, everyday naagid ko. I've noticed, di na sa Kugon, honestly, daghan gyud dili kaayo ga-wear of face mask. And considering nga napagyud niya atong pandemic karon, I was thinking, kay naay mga RTA din siguro they thought na ang ilaan na is traffic lang ilang concern. Kung inana man galing nga isa sa ila ang pag-deputize nga mag-issue og OVR, ngano dili man nato na ma-apprehend ka ng dili, kung di magaling mag-issue og OVR, ato na lang i-remind sa ila nga ang wearing sa face mask. Mo lang na akong concern kay I'm really concerned sa atong health karon nga napani considering na wala pagiabot ang atong vaccine. Pero maski naa tay vaccine, we will still continue to implement our minimum health standard. Busa, ang ako lang, sir, is kung issue mag OVR for the non-wearing of face mask, ang ako, daghan kay dina sa Kugon, good sir. Daghan, in fact, daghan ta RTAs dina sa Kugon. As you mentioned kaganina nga ang Kugon is the heart, dina inyong ga-i-focus. Siguro, ma-minimize nato ng kanang inana kung sila mismo ang atong mga RTAs maski na lang pa-remind na lang or dili na lang unsabay term na dili i-apprehend, isita na lang ba i-remind lang nga kuan kay more man ang kahadlukan sa mga tao kung duulan sa atong RTA or sa atong police. Thank you and may hapon.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Maria Lourdes Gani. And lastly, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya
Thank
wants
you.
to ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Maybe I just would like to share my thoughts on the role of Colonel Borlagdatan. I know that you're not Superman and much more the most qualified because you don't have the training for this position, but I see the eagerness that you have, that you would like to play the role as the head of this road and traffic administration. I understand that your task is very difficult. It's a tall task, and it could not be perfectly and cannot be provided clearly which actions that are most needed, unless otherwise you go down the field, Mr. Chairman. And to some, it's just common sense. But to many, Mr. Chairman, it's about managing the affairs of certain operations that would require expertise. But we agreed and we accepted and we confirmed the head of the RTA to be the man in charge. And here we have a vice mayor who advised you that you prepare all the documentations, and maybe the city council would provide support for that support that you require to further your intentions to serve our city government and the public as well in general. So before, Mr. Chairman, it was a drumbeat of campaign that RTA is just about 3 E's: the enforcement, the education, and the engineering. Tulo ra gyud daw. But in urban renewal and planning, that's not just about it. It's not just about the 3 E's, but you are already part of the development. The old concept, Mr. Chairman, on the CLUP, the Comprehensive Land Use Plan, is zoning. How do we, as a policy-making body, how do we zone certain areas where we provide amenities for industrial parks, for commercial, for agricultural, for residential? That's the CLUP. But in the modern understanding of land use plan, Mr. Chairman, is it's not only this network of components of the development of a certain community, which is commercial, industrial, agricultural, residential, and many other amenities and places that would somehow create a community that would provide services to all the residents of this community. But the new modern thinking, Mr. Chairman, is that among many other components of the community is the use of roads. The use of roads. In other words, kung ikaw mugawas ka sa balay, mugamit kag dalan. Kung ikaw musimba, mugamit kag dalan. Kung ikaw moadto ka sa imong trabaho, gitrabahoan, mugamit ka og dalan. So this is the special feature of the entire development of land use. And that should be the priority of not only the planning department, but the development as well in Cagayan de Oro, particularly that we intend to become a metropolitan Cagayan de Oro by 2022 up to 2025, Mr. Chairman. Balik ko sa common sense gamay, Mr. Chairman. Kung gamay ang imong limited, kung gamay imong resources, kay limitado man gid ang gobyerno lokal, ang imo gid buhaton is mutap gid ka sa other resources so that you can aggregate it and madugangan ang imong resources. What I'm saying is, kulang ang resource sa personnel, kulang ang resource sa logistics, sakyanan, etc. Kulang ang tanan para sa bisag sa admin. Pero sayod ta nga ang Cagayanon mahilig og volunteer, Mr. Chairman. Sayod ta nga ang Cagayanon, labi na sa barangay, gusto mo kay bulong musulod unsaon pagtabang. I understand that there are several barangays nga nagsuporta na sa RTA by manning the affairs of traffic in their own area of jurisdiction. Digitize the RTA, Mr. Chairman. I hope Colonel Bugan is listening to our discussion. Kaya wala ko nin nakita sa video. Na ako ma-identify, perhaps 5 siguro ka barangay nga na-deputize na, Mr. Chairman. So, ang kanang limitado ni mga personnel, Magtap na lang taog mga volunteers. Dagan kayo mga organization nga gusto mag-volunteer gyapon. Why not do that? Kay para kana imong personnel didto ra ka sa kanang nay mga crisis traffic situation. Like for example, ang crisis gid kayo taga buntag o taga hapon, diya sa Kauswagan, diya sa Gusa, si Emrecto, Veles, Usmeña, ang imong persa dito na lang makatutok tanan. Anyway, ang imong mga tao, ang mga volunteers na naman dito sa lain-lain nga mga lugar. So i-connect din na nimo sa long term nimo nga planning. So inyo na ng long term. Di na ko magsultig mass transit system. I hope nga nasulod lugar na siya kay ang di na long term kung galing why mass transit system din na. Because I would like to believe that if ever ma-realize na ang Metropolitan Cagayan de Oro nagay mass transit system. I hope masulod. So, ang ako lamang is study, implement. Kung dili lugar na mabuhat, mangayo og mangonsulta sa kaning mga karaan na dinhi. Mga konsyal o kinsa mamagaling nga mga eksperto nga nadya. Willing kayo mo volunteer kay gusto gid mo tabang sa ato dinis dakbayan. Then ay usa ka text lang Mr. Chairman, ako lang i-share. Saba daw kayo ang kanang gaibto nila nga sana mapler. Kanang motor. Pwede na ninyo ma-implement kay kanang buntag pa daw sayo ganda-gandagan di mga motor, galabay diya sa Arbora, galabay diya sa residential nga area, then saba kayo. Natay ordinansa na, Colonel. Kindly evaluate. So that's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya. Okay, lastly, for the answer of Colonel Burlagatan, so that we may now proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, nagdali-dali akong paglista sa mga concern nila. And nailagay ko na lang yung kanilang mga apelyido. Then, thank you, sir. And for sa mga answer, sir, first, nakalista dito, sir, sa akin, yung kay Councilor Dahino regarding the alignment of our plans and programs to the traffic master plan. My answer is, ma'am, naka-align po lahat ng ating plans and programs sa traffic master plan. Actually, I have the traffic master plan here. And yun ang pinanggalingan ng ating mga programs, ma'am. Thank you. And for Councilor Daba, ma'am, regarding sa investigation, actually, for your information, we already requested the last year, ma'am, na to deputize us or give us the authority to conduct investigation. Yung first responder, kunan namin ng picture, kunin namin yung mga pangalan ng tao na involved. Nagawa na kami ng request to the CUCPO. However, they denied the request because accordingly there is a law na nag-prohibit na iba yung mag-conduct na investigation. Actually, from that decision, we also appeal kasi meron din kaming mga police na yung mga nag-retire na hire namin as JO para makatulong din sa amin mga mga RHPU, yung dating highway patrol. Inano namin, pumasok sila, sinabi namin na sila yung mag-investigate. However, still they remain to their decision according to the law na bawal pakialaman yung area na dapat imbestigahan, dapat pulis lang. And that's why ang naging action ko na lang dyan, ma'am, that's why I created the radar or the road accident immediate response and emergency response. Kasi sila yung unang tinatawag ng aming communication para at least ma-direct yung traffic palabas. Kasi hindi namin pwedeng galawin yung area. So that's why we created the motorcycle, yung sa radar, na i-guide na lang o i-direct na lang yung traffic so that hindi na mag-build up, ipalabas agad yung mga Kasi hindi nila alam na may aksidente dyan. So they are still waiting and then the susunod waiting pa rin. So pinatatakbo namin ngayon yung aming motorcycle for them to know na may disgrasya, and then they will be directing the flow of traffic going out. Yun ang naging action namin doon kasi hindi namin kayang, hindi naman kami allowed mag-conduct ng investigation. Actually, we are always in coordination with them. However, siguro, actually kaya naman nila, ma'am. Kaya lang medyo tumatagal lang yung responde. Actually, gusto na namin talagang paalisin para maganda na yung flow. However, may mga procedure siguro sila na sinusunod, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And with regard to JO promotion, actually, ma'am, I'm starting to make yung policy para at least yung procedure sa promotion ng mga personnel natin para hindi naman kawawa yung matagal na. Actually, meron lang tayong problema sa promotion. Kasi yung mga matagal na, the item is there. However, they don't want to apply. They don't want to apply because yun lang, gusto lang nila ma-regular just for some reason na hindi naman yun yung item ang lang. Kasi may item din tayo na available sa ating organization. However, they don't want to apply. Yun lang. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung reason nila. Kasi siguro hindi nila kaya yung trabaho sa item. Kaya hindi rin sila nag-apply. That's why ayaw nilang ma-promote yung iba. Or they will stay regular, up to regular lang doon sa na yung position na hinahawakan nila. And then, thank you very much, ma'am. And for Councilor Balaba regarding the PWDs and senior citizen to cross, actually, kung mapapansin nyo, we have a lot of accomplishment na tungkol dito. However, meron talaga tayong mga hindi rin makita agad na may mga sa senior citizen, especially yung ating mga ramp, hindi naman sa amin, ma'am, yun. Pero we can, siguro, we can help in identifying the places na where the ramps are needed para makatulong din tayo sa PWDs and the senior citizen. And we are always assisting the people, lalo na kung nandun sila, nag-assist mo talaga yung mga personnel natin. If you will visit our RTA updates, nandun lahat ng mga pictures na ginagawa naming assistance sa ma'am. Okay. That's all. Thank you, ma'am. And for Ma'am Gaane, regarding the physical fitness training, actually, itong physical fitness training natin, isinama lang natin, ma'am, dito sa ating kuan kasi actually yung ating mga tao kulang na talaga sa oras, then after ng 8 hours nila umaalis na sila. However, meron tayong time para sa kanilang physical fitness for them na at least ma-improve natin yung health nila. We will be offering the physical fitness pero siguro selected din yun kasi yung iba from the field, they will just go home directly. So yun ang naging natin. Ito yung mga hindi natin agad ma-solve pero titingnan namin kung ano ang gagawin. And regarding the discipline, ma'am, yung RTA, actually, I know the, ni ma'am, naging experience sa, actually, we are addressing the discipline of our RTA. That's why we have here the administrative officer to look into all the procedures para ating mapadali ang pag-disiplina sa mga tao. Kasi once you give them the disciplinary action, we should be fair sa kanila. Hindi naman basta-basta, we should investigate why it happened. Yun ang mga procedure natin ngayon para makakamap kami sa fair decision sa discipline nila. Regarding sa deputized as COVID-19, actually, ma'am, this is the sad part. Actually, September last year, we already requested for the OBR. However, siguro para sa implementation nitong COVID-19, wearing of face mask, lahat. And yung mga other protocols for the COVID-19. However, siguro sa kakulangan din ng OBR or marami ring binibigyan ng OBR, they suggested na yung OBR, instead of OBR, TCT ang gamitin namin. However, the city legal or yung kailangan pa ng city ordinance for us to use the TCT as yung kapalit ng OBR. However, I don't know, nag-request na yata ang city legal for us to use that, pero we are still waiting. And then para lang yung sinasabi na sawayin, talaga pong sinasaway namin lahat. However, talagang yung iba, pag nandiyan kami, magsusuot. Yung iba, pag nakalampas na sa amin, the typical attitude of the, yung comfort nila kasi medyo naapektuhan. That's why, when nandiyan na yung mga enforcer, sumusunod sila after makalampas sa amin, binabalik naman. Pero hindi po kami nagkukulang na ibigay ang mga paalala to wear the face mask and yung actually yung isa sa namin is actually sa amin mismo may mga ganon. And then pinapagalitan namin and we also conducted investigation para mabigyan namin sila ng tamang disiplina in reaction to that and then for our Councilor Nakaya regarding sa deputation, sir, actually admittedly until now we have not deputized yung mga tao na nag-a-apply ng deputation because as we study the city ordinance, it was limited only to assisting the traffic direction and for the collection of pay parking fee. Doon lang ang nakalagay sa city ordinance and we cannot allow them na mag-issue na rin ng ticket para sa makatulong sa amin sa enforcement. So we are still studying that and we are still making the procedure and making some preparation for the seminar to be conducted to them para alam nila kung hanggang saan lang ang kanilang mga authority. And regarding sa muffler, sir, actually totoo yun. Merong may mga violators sa muffler. And we are doing our best together with the PNP na mahuli yung mga yan para mapahin ng appropriate sanction or cases. And I think, sir, nasagot ko na ba yung sa inyo? Regarding sa traffic signals? Okay na, sir? Okay. Actually, traffic signals, as of now, I'm trying my best to activate all the traffic signals ngayon. Pero may mga areas na kailangan pang istadihan yung flow ng mga sasakyan. That's why medyo nagtatagal kaya hindi kagad natin ma-activate kasi we are still analyzing all the details before we activate, including yung kasi crossing yan usually. That's why hindi natin basta-basta pa-activate yung traffic signals. And siguro nakikita ninyo po yung flashing, totoo po yan. Kasi yung katulad dito po sa Kauswagan, actually pina-flashing namin yan, especially during Fridays. Kasi meron tayong daan, katulad ng sa Recto, na 3 lanes, from 3 lanes, tatawid po sa tulay. Mag-merge ang 3 lanes na to sa isang lane lang. So doon po nag-start yung yung traffic kasi from 3 lanes magiging isa, talagang yung connection niya is magkakaroon ng traffic. And then dito sa baba, sa Beles, meron din another 2 lanes na i-cater nitong tulay. So nag-iipon po talaga doon sa tulay ng Recto. Tulay po. So 3 lanes, 2 lanes plus 2 lanes from Pungtod, doon po nag-iipon-ipon lahat ng mga sasakyan. That's why ang flashing gusto namin, iman na lang sila ng tao para maipalabas lahat ng sasakyan, especially during Friday. Yun po ang ano namin ngayon, strategy. Kasi medyo meron tayong problema sa yung lanes natin. Ang dami talaga ng kinikater ng tulay natin. Pero medyo nagbubuhol-buhol dahil doon. Kaya mas matagal po nating yung papunta sa labas para mahila lahat at lumabas yung mga sasakyan. Kaya po medyo nagpa-flashing at minama na lang muna ng tao natin. But after that, at 8 o'clock, it will go back to its original yung time niya. Ganun lang po, sir. And the same thing sa ibang mga lugar. Yun po ang ating strategy na ginagawa sa ngayon for the congestion of traffic. Thank you very much, sir. And I hope na medyo nabigyan ko ng liwanag yung mga katanungan.
Okay. Okay, Colonel Borlagdatan, if you don't mind, how young are you, Colonel?
Actually, matanda na ako, sir. I'm already 57.
57. So,
Yes, sir.
since you are the new confirmed and appointed as a RTA char, so just add 10 years older. Well, this task is not an easy task. It should be, then the council will be the one, in addition for a pain or don't think of it about giving an agony, but we are here to help and to induce some knowledge and discipline and help each other for the safety and for the safety of the road user that we are dreaming of. So again, in behalf of the 19th City Council, congratulations to you, Colonel Rizalino Borlagdatan. And thank you for the time that you have given us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations, sir. So maybe we can have our together with you since the 19th City Council, this could be an history, said our very own secretary, that he is the first that we confirm as the first RTA department head that we are confirming. So first RTA. So congratulations, Colonel Rizalino Borlagdatan. So maybe we can have a picture.
Include mo sa plan.
Ganda ko sa imo.
Pwede mo na midyasan. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you. And kindly submit your recommendation through the chair of the Traffic Committee, Councilor Romy Calizo. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Move to lift the suspension of the rules, Mr. Chairman.
Lifted. Okay, Majority Floor Leader, you may now proceed.
On my table, Mr. Chairman, we have glasses. I do not know who owns these glasses. Pictorial man ta? The Biconcial Tagia?
Sunglass?
No.
Eyeglass?
Narang Tagia. Councilor Gaani.
There is no doubt about it.
You would like to ask
How
her
young?
age?
How young? That is
Obvious.
So, klaro na.
Anyway, we may now proceed.
Thank you,
Majority
Mr.
Floor
Chairman.
Leader.
On agenda proper, we have item 1, proposed resolution number 2021-14, returning to the Barangay Council of Nazareth, the city, its ordinance number 01 series of 2020, covering its annual budget for calendar. Is this 2020 or 2021? 2020? Ang budget?
2020?
With an estimated income of 12,613,719 pesos, with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. So, wa pa sila nang swelduhan, so ka? Okay. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader. Any second? Seconded. Objection? Objection? Hearing none. Resolution number 2021-14 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Seconded.
2 is proposed resolution number 2021-15, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 6, the city, its ordinance number 03 series of 2020, covering its supplemental budget number 2 for calendar year 2020, with an estimated income of 110,000, with the information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader. Any second? Seconded. Objection? Objection? Hearing none. Resolution number 2021-15 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense. Second.
Omnibus motion for 3, 4, 5, Mr. Chairman. 3 is proposed resolution number 2021-16, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 2, this city, its ordinance number 02 series of 2020, series of S 2020 series of 2020. 4, proposed resolution number 2021-17, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 11, the city, its ordinance number 02 series of 2020. And 5, proposed resolution number 2021-18, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 39, the city, its ordinance number 02-S-2020 series of 2020, covering its respective supplemental budgets for calendar year 2020, with their respective estimated incomes, with information that the said ordinances are operative in their entirety, Mr. Chairman. Move for the approval of the said items.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader.
Second.
An omnibus proposal, since there is the same kind, the same thought of such proposal. Seconded. Objection? Objection? Hearing none. Resolution number 2021-16, resolution number 2021-17, resolution number 2021-18. Since there is no objection, it is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense.
Second.
Seconded.
Number 6, Mr. Chairman, is proposed resolution number 2021-19, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 22, the city, its ordinance number 001, series of 2019, entitled an ordinance requiring the mandatory segregation of waste at source to all residents, leased occupants of any business, commercials, private and public establishment of Barangay 22, and providing penalty for violation thereof and for other purposes, with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second. By the majority floor leader, seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Resolution number 2021-19 is hereby approved.
To dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality, seconded.
First, proposed ordinance number 2021-8, approving the subdivision plan of lot number 611-B-2-B LRC PSD 74824 containing 34 lots with an area of 3,018 square meters located in Barangay number 15, the city, as applied for by the Kalambaguhan Burgos Homeowners Association, represented by its president Luisito B. Daya, subject to the conditions imposed by the City Housing Board and City Housing and Urban Development Department. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor. Second. Objection? Objection? None. Ordinance number 2021-8 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Seconded.
Number 8, proposed ordinance number 2021-9, authorizing the Apoville Lot Owners Residents Homeowners Association, Inc., represented by its president Pilar M. Torres Banaag, to manage the plaza, roads, alleys, and all open spaces of Apoville subdivision located in Barangay Bulwa, the city, and for this purpose authorizing the Honorable City Mayor to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Apoville Landowners, Residents, and Homeowners Association, Inc., for the purpose subject to the following conditions. A, the main roads of Apoville subdivision as the key road of both Apoville subdivision and Terry subdivision, particularly the main road traversing the former to the latter, shall remain free and its use unhampered. B, management of parks, playground, and open spaces shall be rationalized to allow all the residents of the Apoville subdivision the full use and enjoyment thereof. C, the right to manage the facility shall not include the right to cause any alteration or impairment of their recreational purposes, and pursuant to Section 2 of PD 1216, which amended Section 31 of PD 957, shall never become the object of the commerce of men. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor. Seconded. Objection? Objection? Hearing none. Ordinance number 2021-9 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its penalty. Seconded.
9 is proposed ordinance number 2021-10, amending ordinance number 11294-2009, otherwise known as the Anti-Elderly Abuse Ordinance of Cagayan de Oro City, in the manner provided for herein. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader.
Second.
Seconded. Objection? Objection? Okay, there is a query coming from Councilor Joylyn Mercedes Balaba.
Ay, good afternoon. Ako na ipaklaro sa atong author kay Councilor Abaday kay medyo kaning ang sectioning, section 2, 3, 4, section 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, libog siya. Confusing. Page 111, okay, nag-section 5, tapos nag-section 4, tapos section 6, tapos section 5, section 7. Oo. Pwede pa.
As advised, Mr. Chairman, correct. The observation is very correct.
Okay.
I'll be recognized, Mr. Chairman, to answer the query.
This could be the tendency if there is the senior citizen is involved.
Yeah.
So number 5,
Soon
then
you'll
number
become.
4, then number 6, then number 5. So okay.
By the way, for the background there, this ordinance has passed a series of meetings by the TWG. And this was a merger of...
Well, the question is just the numbering, Councilor Roger.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
The reason that the numbering, if you read it properly, those numbers, those are amendments. This was, with the Nakayas ordinance, 2013. It was just, some of the amendments of the previous, some of the ordinance 113394 was deleted and it was replaced by this new ordinance, Mr. Chairman. So the title now is changed from the previous ordinance 11394 209. Now it's now entitled as Anti-Elderly Abuse Ordinance, Cagayan de Oro City. That was changed. That was from the amendment. And the numbering, just read follow the section, no? This was changes. These are the changes. There was no change, so it was...
Hapon, yes, kabulong session of wala pa. Hapit na.
Okay, I think already clear.
Just the sequence, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, just the sequence. Okay.
As corrected.
As corrected. Okay, it's okay. Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba. Just a sequence. So, properly moved and seconded. As corrected. As corrected. Objection. Objection. None. Ordinance number 2021 +10 is hereby approved.
Second final reading.
Dispense with its finality. Seconded. Well, before we proceed, I would like to call Councilor J. Rua Pascual. Councilor J. Councilor J.
Boobs.
Hi, Baz.
Okay. Just want to hear your voice. Okay.
Si Boobs. Move to dispense second final reading.
Quiet.
Okay, for its finality.
Bogart.
And the second. Seconded.
We have for inclusion, Mr. Chairman, as certified urgent by the City Mayor, items 10 and 11. Move for their inclusion.
For inclusion. And the second. Seconded. Majority Floor Leader, you may now proceed.
Thank you. Number 10 is proposed resolution number 2021-20, waiving the rights of confidentiality of information by authorizing the Land Bank of the Philippines to disclose to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP, all information pertaining to the deposits, investments, loans, or other transactions of the city government of Cagayan de Oro, and for the BSP to make all inquiries as may be necessary regarding the same. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader. Any second? Any second?
Second.
Seconded. Objection? Objection? Hearing none, resolution number 2021-20 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Any second? Seconded.
Number 11, Mr. Chairman, is proposed ordinance number 2021-11, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, as donor to enter into and execute a deed of donation with the Northern Mindanao Medical Center, NMC, as donee, represented by its medical director, to Dr. Jose C. Chan, with the Department of Health Regional Office number 10, DOH 10, represented by its regional director, Dr. Adriano P. Subaan, covering the donation of the city's property located in Barangay San Simon, the city, including all improvements found therein, to serve as an emerging and re-emerging infectious facility to help address the needs arising from the pandemic due to COVID-19. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Move by the Majority Floor Leader. Seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Ordinance number 2021-11 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final
Dispense.
reading, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded.
There being no other pending matter, Mr. Chairman, move to adjourn.
Session adjourned. Ay, abi kong nagkuhan ba, nag-cutting classes ba?